We have 5 gacha shutdowns, multiple different gacha anniversaries, new releases, new confidential test phases, and a lot of drama to cover. Yo, I have a brand new gacha review channel that you should totally subscribe to. I'm going to be covering every single gacha game in existence. You're missing out by not subscribing. Yo, my name is Stix and welcome back to your weekly gacha recap, a video series where I go over the latest news, pre-registrations, test phases, shutdowns, juicy drama, everything that happened in the gacha genre over the course of the last week that mattered to me in one easy to digest format. Before we jump in though, I would strongly urge you to take a moment, join our Discord community filled with thousands of very passionate, very non-hateful, non-toxic, non-tribalistic community members that love and discuss all gacha games. Join our Twitter community and also join our subreddit community. That way you remain up to date with everything that goes on in the gacha genre. Now we have a lot to talk about, so let's just go ahead and jump right in. Let's start this off, as always, with the gacha games that are shutting down. Marvel Mystic Mayhem has officially shut down in its entirety as of just 7 days ago. Restage Prism Step is officially shutting down on July 31st, 2026. This is 9 years after the game's release. 1 million views, 6,700 likes, 5,800 retweets. This is actually quite big. This game has survived for almost an entire decade. Congratulations. Brave Frontier Versus service will end on June 22nd. The game was released on October 22nd, 2025. Wait, the game didn't even survive a year. God damn, that's actually absolutely tragic. But I mean, evidently it was pretty damn terrible if it shut down that quickly. Astra Knights of Veda will end its service on June 26th. Each of these gacha games are shutting down in June, like towards the latter half of June. Jesus Christ. This was actually, I know there were a surprising number of people that actually really did enjoy Astra Knights of Veda, so it's sad to see the game shutting down. I honestly don't know why it is. Line Gundam Wars announced a service termination on June 30th. Again, like so many gacha games are shutting down. It's unbelievable. I admittedly don't even really think I know what Line Gundam Wars is. And you know what? After looking at these screenshots, I'm glad I don't know what it is, or I didn't know what it is. I wish I could get those 10 seconds of my life back. Nikke held their 3.5 anniversary live stream, and the anniversary event has actually started, and I've been very much so enjoying it. But they announced they're giving out so much. The 4th Doki Doki poll winner is Cinderella, which means there's going to be a free costume for her with a story event. There are new SSR Nikkes, the Anna Star, the Neon Vision Eye, Avastar, who's a free character, by the way. There are new story chapters, 45, 46, new event, Be My Star, the final stage. There are new costumes. I think I ranked up like 4 or 5. There is a 2x burst mode for the entire anniversary. It's going to make farming materials very easy. We also got up to a total of 176 polls throughout the entire event, from the recruit vouchers, the CD keys, login rewards, minigame rewards, the 100k viewership goal for the live stream, and more. Like, it actually hit 100,000 concurrent viewers. That was actually, like, it genuinely blew my mind how many people were watching this stream. Aether Gazer is holding its 3rd anniversary on May 6th. This is actually the perfect time to get into the game then. I've been playing it a lot, and I actually don't know much of what this has to offer. I'm gonna go ahead and I guess do a dedicated video on it. I feel like I have to. I've done dedicated videos on like 5 other gacha game anniversaries recently, so might as well do this one too. Counterside has apparently stopped updating the game and is entering into a maintenance mode. This might actually, stop making new updates, players expecting end of service to follow. This might warrant an actual full-on in-depth investigation to find out more, but man, that's tragic as well. But I guess at least the devs have Star Savior now, right? Star Savior launched, after all, with the Counterside collab. They also rolled out their new character, Lyn. I believe it was about like 9-10 days ago. I've not pulled for her personally. I'm saving my limited pulls, but she's a very attractive character nonetheless. Zenless Zone Zero is officially coming to Steam in the 2nd quarter of 2026. This is fantastic. It'll join the likes of Musume and Wuthering Waves. We need more gacha games on Steam. We genuinely do. And what better game than Zenless Zone Zero? Another action gacha game that plenty of people are gonna love. Neo Artifacts officially launched earlier today. And oh my god. I don't think it's doing very well. I'm going to be streaming this actually a couple hours from when this video goes live. I'd love to have you guys on over there, but apparently they're having login issues at launch. They took immediate action and are working closely with the technical partners to optimize connection response speed. I guess we're going to see how well this launch ultimately went over. I'm curious though how it's doing on the Play Store. So my god, 2 stars. Okay, that's not too good. It ain't doing too good. Yeah, I'm curious to see. I'm curious, very curious to get in game and actually test this out. Hopefully you guys come on over and join me. A cheap AF mobile MMO steals character Dylan from ZZZ for promo material. Oh, Holy Realm era. Yo, Gacha Games got to stop doing this, man. They didn't even try. Literally just cut her out from her splash art. Did they? Did they really? Let's compare the two. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, they ain't kidding. Jeez, this actually, I mean, like, I'm at a loss for words. Yo, I don't mean to interrupt the video, but I need to take a moment here to thank all my incredible patrons over on Patreon whose support continues to allow for me to do regular videos like this every single day on this channel. Thank y'all so much, including our YouTube channel members. You guys mean the world to me. So do you guys as viewers as well. Now, without further ado, let's continue. Punishing Grey Raven expands service to even more regions, which means it's going to be even more popular. More countries across Europe, Africa, the Middle East, India, Latin America, and the Caribbean and Asia Pacific. Fantastic. No, that's really good news. Wuthering Waves second anniversary revives on April 30th. Log into the new version, receive 40 free polls during the anniversary rally. So I think ultimately, I mean, I've given my thoughts on this in the past. I have. I think that this, as an update, totally fine. As an anniversary, little underwhelming. But at the same time, you know what? It's whatever. Not every gacha game can give as much as something like Chaos Hero Nightmare or Nikke does. Additionally, I played 3.2. I played the full 3.2 story, both part 1 and part 2 with the segue, and it was really good. Genuinely, it was so freaking good. I was surprised. Hiyuki is absolutely unbelievably incredible. Additionally, Arknights Endfield rolled out version 1.2. And my god, I'm gonna have a full condensed video with my entire reaction, but man, this was genuinely such a freaking good patch. This might genuinely be one of the best version 1.2s of any gacha game I have played. Kudos for an impressive freaking patch. Dragon Quest Smash and Grow has officially launched. 3.7 stars is doing significantly better than Neo Artifact is. I have this downloaded. I'm going to be trying it out over the next few days. I'm going to have a dedicated video of it up. Light and Night has pre-registration open in the Southeast Asian region. This is I think a Husbando collector, which means it's not going to be for me, but for anyone that's interested. There you go. Petit Planet is holding their Stardrift test, and unfortunately, I did not get in, but that's totally fine. It's like, it definitely has a unique aesthetic that might not interest me anyway. I think this is genuinely the only Hoyo gacha that I have not shown any interest in any capacity, but I'd still like to try it out just to kind of see. Honkai Nexus Anima is recruiting for a confidential beta test. They note here that the Aspect Exploration Project is a confidential test conducted to assess our development progress. It is different from public tests such as the Nexus Bond test. So they're making improvements. I don't want anyone to know what they are yet until they gauge whether or not they're perceived well, and I'm cool with that. I understand that, and I'm happy with it. The devs released a letter detailing the sequence test for Azur Promilia. They made a lot of changes. They really did. They made a significant number of changes here, making a significant number of optimizations. I have a dedicated video on this if you guys are interested in it, or you could just check this thread out. They have mostly been positive. I agree with almost every single one of them, and I'm happy to see the direction that it's moving. The Silver Palace Content Creator Program is now open. What this means is that the game is approaching either a new test phase or, more importantly, release, because they wouldn't be opening up their creator program if they weren't preparing to have content creators for something. So this is very good news. and I'm curious to see if they reach out to me for another beta test and sponsor a lot of the content creator friends of mine that were sponsored for the last test phase. Concerning Neverness to Everness, man, there's been so much drama all across social media concerning this. I have steered clear from the majority of it because I think that NTE is a very fun game and I don't really want to get involved in the drama. Apparently, the NTE World Twitter, this is not the official NTE Twitter account, was suspended after being mass reported. It's unconfirmed exactly who mass reported the account. There's speculation that it was a certain group, but I'm not going to feed into that because I don't know. A lot of the drama, specifically pertaining to Global, was due to a tweet that was made by some guy on Twitter where he claimed that there was no dating between the males and other males, or between the females and males, because you couldn't invite the males over and engage them in the way that you could the females. The guy in specific was called out numerous times for misinformation. I believe at this juncture he even rebranded to get away from all of the drama. He used to go as Ayato, now he goes as, I mean, I guess the guy became Kaito 1, because Ayato now redirects to another account entirely. So in an attempt to rebrand and get away from like all of the claims and everything going on, he rebranded. But either way, like that information then became a point of contention in the community, and then people started running with that narrative. Then the NTEWL account spawned. They claimed that they were the original NTEWD account, and they ended up ultimately impersonating them. Ayato called them out. The About Wua page called them out. They were continuing to spread toxicity, misinformation, and trying to bank off of the drama that was going on to grow their own account. This entire thing is absolutely crazy and very childish. The NTE devs then go on to confirm that the current available roster of characters are the initial launch lineup, that there are no romanceable males in-game at present, at least in the same way that females are, in theory. We'll find out specifically in a few days when the game ultimately launches on the 29th, and they do plan on adding more characters to that roster over time, some of which might be male characters, but people are running with the narrative that they're only going to be pushing out female. I don't agree with this. I don't agree with pushing a narrative before the game has come out yet, but I mean, you know, people are angry, so it is what it is. And then in response to players' poor mobile performance feedback, NTE devs posted on socials today in China that they were working on optimizing the game. They gave out 1,600 gems, so that's a free 10 pull for players, or at least I think it's roughly a 10 pull for players. And then there's a weapon banner bug that's eating players 60 pull pity. So there have been launch day issues. You know, Arknights Endfield had launch day issues. There were multiple content creators, as an example, that had an issue with PayPal. That was kind of terrible. And it recovered, absolutely no problem. So these are just launch day issues, and people are like roasting the game, and I'm here all the while being like, y'all have never seen a gacha launch then, have you? Wuwa had issues at launch. I mean, like, come on. All the big popular gacha games seem to be having issues in some capacity at launch. We don't need to blow it up and make a big deal about it. Then I made a comment saying, so why Global getting NTE a week later isn't bad because China gets to bug test it. But I hope that we get the 1,600 pulls as well, because that would be really good. And there are people claiming that NTE is dead because apparently on its first day, I think it hit position number like 20 or 21. Arknights Endfield, when it launched, I believe hit somewhere between like position 1 to 10, and Wuthering Waves hit position number 9. So people are like, well, I mean, you know, these games made it to top 10. And like, that's true. And NTE made it to top 20, which is still a very respectable number, but not every game is going to have, you know, the support that Arknights Endfield had. It had the backing of the entire Arknights community. And then Wuthering Waves, that was a game that was touted as being like effectively a Genshin competitor. So it had that initial push as well. But Neverness to Everness had to ride on the fact that Tower of Fantasy isn't really that widely known or liked. So they're fighting an uphill battle effectively, and I think hitting top 20 positions is a fantastic number, especially when you're fighting against so many people that are trying to thwart your success. So kudos to them for that. Morimens, I think they rolled out version 2.5.0 on the 23rd. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're going to be launching it, but this is a huge update. Comes with some insanely hot characters. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how this ultimately ends up going. And then finally, Chaos Zero Nightmares half anniversary has been revealed. A lot is coming. I did a dedicated video on this, I believe. It was yesterday. If you navigate on over to my channel, you'll see, yeah, so it was done actually 2 days ago. So if you're interested in specifics, you can go ahead and check that out. But we're getting a lot. I'm very excited. We get a 5-star combatant selection ticket, 5-star partner selection ticket, 70 free pulls. So much to just play and do over the course of the next week. It's going to be an absolute banger. We're going to have no time left at all. And there you have it. You're now up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. You're all welcome. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment, so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you are not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.